Hey guys, welcome to the channel Tony's Outdoor and EDC. I'm your host Tony. Before we continue with this video, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video. That sponsor is my brother John. He went out, paid for this tool for me to use and do a review on. So thank you, John. Thank you, brother, for this purchase, for the gift. Now, with further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, so here we have the SwissTech praktisch. It's SwissTech's bigger multi-tool that kind of competes with the Wave Plus from Leatherman. So I've done like a quick unboxing video on this, but I have not made a more slightly detailed video on this tool because I wanted to be able to spend some time with it and use it. Now, the reason my brother bought this tool for me was to be able to take it out to the woods for hunting purposes and just for everyday use, but more focused on the hunting aspect of it. It's always nice to have a set of tools on you that you can just whip out in a minute's notice and be able to use to fix something, whether it be on your tree stand, whether it be on your blind, whether you just need to tweak something or use a saw to create a better window for you to shoot at your targeted species, right? So I've carried it for about almost 2 months now, and I put my Leatherman Wave Plus away and I started carrying this exclusively, but I didn't think it was necessary to make a video yet because I hadn't used it in the application that I wanted to, which was for hunting it out in the field. So this past Friday my dad shot his deer, first day of shotgun season here in Illinois. So he called me and my brother out. My wife even tagged along. We went out to the field to help him, and my brother had a SwissTech Hulk bar with him, which is the fixed blade. And then I had this with me, and he was asking if any of us had a bone saw on hand, and I was like, "Who the heck has a bone saw on hand, man?" I was like, "I have my Swiss multi-tool, my SwissTech multi-tool," and I was like, "I have a wood saw in here. We can try it out and see how that works." And he said, "Yeah, pull that out." So then we used the straight edge on this multi-tool to, of course, help with the gutting process. The straight edge is AUS 8, which isn't anything crazy, of course, but I think it's holding up very well. I have not touched this or tuned it up since I opened it almost 2 months ago, and I've used it for food prep. I've used it to open packages. I've used it pretty much for a little bit of everything. And then this past Friday, we used it on, of course, on processing that deer and gutting it and all that stuff. And it's still fairly sharp. So that's saying something. So that's the first tool we used. And then, of course, we have the wood saw, which I've already used out on the field, especially around my climber stand and then around my blind to get rid of some debris, some brush, and some branches that have been in the way. I don't know if it'll focus on that. That's a little bit of bone residue that's still left behind from when we were processing that deer. It worked just fine. It cut through the bone with no issue. It did the job, and it kept on going. Now, I will tell you that all of this, all these little teeth, the pivot screw, the locking bar, all of this was just full of gunk. It had hair, it had blood, it had bone matter, it had all types of stuff. This tool was literally covered in just material, and that was fun. You know, it was cool to be able to use a multi-tool to break down a deer. It was about 130 pounds, I would say, and this tool did a lot of the job, and I'm just pretty impressed with the SwissTech. It's working. Are there things that I would change on this tool to make it more useful, to make it user friendly, to upgrade it in ways that this would be the only multi-tool that you can have on you, if this is the only multi-tool that you could buy and have on you, yes, there's some stuff that I would change definitely on this multi-tool and upgrade, and I think it would be awesome. But for what it is right now, as it comes out of the box, it's performing beautifully. Now, I'll show you some of the tools and give you basically my 2 cents about this tool after being able to use it in the application that I've been wanting to use it in, and then tell you if it's trash or if it's got value behind it. Okay, so we're gonna open this up, and I apologize, it is extra shiny, but that's because I had to clean this out with water and soap Friday afternoon after we got done processing that deer, breaking it down at least. And it was tough, man. It was tough. I'm like, how do I get all this off? There was fat in all this places, blood, again, hair. So I just ran the sink, got the water scalding hot, and I just sprayed it and dunked it, used soap, and scrubbed it to the best of my abilities. Opened up all the tools, all the knives, the saws, the files. Took all the tools out. Right? Sprayed all of them down. And then I let it out to dry overnight, and then I took it out yesterday morning and I sprayed it with some CLP, which is a gun cleaner lubricant, to just prevent any rust, because I do not want this puppy rusting. Not yet anyways. So you have can opener, small flathead screwdriver, scissor. Now I don't know what this bit here is for. I don't know if they intended this to be like a seatbelt cutter or something, but it's definitely not sharp enough to do that task. So I would recommend you keep one of these outer knives sharp out of the box for an emergency of that type. Nothing we haven't seen before. Bigger flathead / pry bar situation going on here. Small, tiny Phillips head, and then standard Phillips head. Nothing crazy. Nothing that we have never seen on a multi-tool before. So no real need to get into all the details. That'll be a separate video. Part 2 of this video is going to be me bringing out my Leatherman Wave Plus and a couple of other multi-tools that I have and comparing the tools and seeing which tool I like best and what we can change on this specific multi-tool, the Swiss Tech, to make it like those other ones. The pliers work just fine, and now that it's been lubed and cleaned, they're really good now. So yeah, guys, if you're looking for a budget multi-tool, an entry-level multi-tool to give to someone as a gift, whether it be graduation, birthday, Christmas, whatever the situation may be, or you're just looking for a new multi-tool to try and abuse and just get into something different, the Swiss Tech Praktisch, I think is doing very good right now. I think that you should take a chance on it, test it for yourself, and see if you enjoy it. I mean, at the worst, what can happen? You leave it in your vehicle as an emergency tool for whatever situation comes up, right? I think that it's worth looking into. It's not perfect, but again, we'll get into all those things that can be changed to make this even better than what it is now in a later video. I just wanted to give you guys kind of like a quick update and how it's performing now that I was able to use this in the application that I've been wanting to use this. And let me tell you, it's performing just fine. All the other tools work just fine. It's a multi-tool. Again, nothing we've never seen before. But the blades, the saws, the file I have not used, but everything else outside, which is my main focus of interest right now in this multi-tool, have performed beyond what I thought was even possible for this entry-level multi-tool. So I'm really impressed with it, guys. If you want to check it out, go pick one for yourself. They sell them at Walmart, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think you'll be pretty impressed with this multi-tool as well. Again, we'll do a part 2 to this, and we'll get into all the things that I like and don't like. But as of right now, if this is the only multi-tool I can buy with my own money, I think I'd be set for a while. All right, guys, I pray that everyone has a blessed day, and I'll see you next time.